So another variation of a hip shift is in this lateral lunge position. So if I take my feet a little bit wider than my hips, I'm going to shift all of my center of mass over onto the one side. So I'm going over onto my right side, and I'm thinking about lining up my nose, my sternum, hip, knee, and toes, like the first two toes, and keeping my center of mass over on that side without going out like this with my hip. So I still want to stay lined up. I'm going to keep my knee right over the center of my foot, and I'm thinking of lifting through the tailbone and the sit bones, keeping my sternum lifted and shifting back into that hip. So from the side, I'm moving over onto that one leg, lining myself up, sending my hips back and finding this length and tension on my right glute. If I keep my center of mass too much in the middle, but I'm trying to shift over, I kind of end up with this hip going out this way. I'm trying to find the tension, but I can't get there. So it's being able to shift and get yourself right over the top of that other leg so that you can actually build that tension on the glute. You're thinking again about pulling that femur back into the hip joint, pulling it back and opening that space between the sit bones and the tailbone, and it's creating that length on the glute and into the pelvic floor. So here, I would reach forward with the same side arm. I've got a lot of tension building on my glute now. I'm going to practice breathing into the back of my body and exhaling these ribs back. And I'm trying to relax through the back, relax into the low back, and get those ribs to come back so there's more tension on the glute. So again, from the side, if I'm coming over like this, reaching forward on the same side, making sure my hip is going straight back, there's a lot of tension there. And I'm just going to breathe. Inhale, exhale these ribs back. Find the tension on the glute. Inhale, exhale from the bottom up. And so you might hold a little bit of tension here in the core and really try to get that breath to go down into the pelvic floor. And exhale from the bottom up.